friends. I'm Erin. This is Erin Go Live, and today we have, well, it's the beginning of a weekly lifestyle and reading vlog, but it's Memorial Day today, and I'm actually going to be the speaker at our local mortuary. So a friend is like the funeral director here, like the main funeral director here at the mortuary, and she was so unbelievably helpful when Sam died. I just basically was able to hand everything to her. My sister and her went to school together, and so pretty much between the two of them, every now and then I had to make a decision and then, sign something occasionally. But she's just been so amazing to me, and even other people have died, and I've just been able to call her up and what do I do? Because it's a scary time, and so to have somebody in the death industry is really, really comforting because death happens, and she's just an amazing person. Anyhow, she has asked me to be the Memorial Day speaker. I did this in 2021 as well. I was thinking it was 2022 or 2020, which would have been less than 2 months after my husband died, but it was actually 2021, which makes a lot more sense. So I'm doing it again, and I've recycled some of it. I don't have that many new thoughts on Memorial Day, but I've rejigged it a little bit. What I'm going to do right now is actually they're going to allow me to set up a table to sell my book, so that's going to be really cool. I have this really cool, my publisher sent me this cool pull-up stand thingy, it's got my picture on it and the name of the book and the cover of the book and all that, and I can't find it. I used it maybe a month ago, 6 weeks ago for, I was speaking at one of the local Rotaries, and I don't know what I did it with since then. It's probably in my garage, but in the middle of moving, and so just my garage is just an absolute disaster right now. Can't find anything. So sadly I won't have that, but I will have the books with me.
The glass is inverted, signifying who cannot be here today. However, in remembrance of them, we place these glasses upright, for they are here in spirit.
How precious dear, that grace appeared. It was the hour I first believed.
So my mom's at an appointment. It's a esketamine appointment. It's a form of ketamine for what is it called? Treatment resistant depression, and it's a 2.5 hour appointment. So either I drop her off, go back home, and then turn around and go back together. It's a 25-minute drive, or I just find stuff to do out in this direction. So went over to Home Depot. I grabbed some lunch at Chick-fil-A. Man, Henry Ford would be impressed with Chick-fil-A. I gotta say that. Two, I went to Home Depot, same parking lot, to pick up a faucet for the new house, for the vanity. And now I'm just at this beautiful park. Went into the library to pee, and now I'm gonna read Shawshank for about 45 minutes or so. I kept trying to figure out what Rita Hayworth has to do with Shawshank Redemption, and I finally realized it. It's a poster, not actual Rita Hayworth. And the poster, if you know, you know. You ready for your turkey? So it's been a pretty busy Wednesday morning already. It's 10:30 right now, and I actually spent the last like 2+ hours, gosh, was it that long? Spent so far the morning basically researching a possible trip to Seattle. So I'm a big baseball fan, San Francisco Giants, and I would love to, kind of like bucket list thing would be to visit all the Major League Baseball parks. I've only been to 3 so far. I've seen the Padres stadium from the outside because it's really cool. It's built like right into the city, so it's right there in downtown. So the Giants play, and my mom's a big baseball fan too, and the Giants are playing the Seattle Mariners like on her birthday, right around her birthday. And so I thought it'd be really cool to be able to let's go do a trip up there. So I priced out what a trip, I think August 22nd to 25th would look like. Staying in Seattle, Airbnb, renting a car, 2 round trip tickets. And then I realized we have some kind of like friends who are family in Coeur d'Alene. And so Spokane is really close to Coeur d'Alene. So I'm like, okay, then what would it look like to go to Seattle, stay a night? I guess it would be 2 nights in Seattle, go to the game, and then drive. It's about 4 hours and 45 minutes to Coeur d'Alene, stay there for free for a few days, get to visit with the family there, and then fly back home out of Spokane. Still would include a rental car at that one. And basically, they pretty much both price out to right around $2,000. So I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that. I'm about to have a much lower mortgage payment, and I'm like, okay, maybe my mom could chip in, because they're going to have a much lower rent payment to me because the mortgage is going to be less. So I'm like, maybe could you chip in like $500, make it a little bit more reasonable, but this would be a birthday present for her. So I don't know. So I'm just thinking about that. I also yesterday booked an Airbnb trip it's literally just probably 45 minutes away, up in Placerville. It's like the Sierra foothills. Just need a getaway to be alone, and it would essentially be like a Netflix and reading trip, or it will be a Netflix and reading trip. So I'm really looking forward to that. And then I just got the phone call right before I started recording from the title company, and I'm going in at 12:30 today to sign the paperwork for the sale of this house. Oh, last night I went to a meeting with a friend. She's been her and her wife. She's been sober for 31 years. I think her wife has been sober for 21 years. And there's a meeting kind of in the downtown Sacramento area that is their home meeting. And so I've been going with them on Tuesday nights, and we go to this taco place right down, right a block away first, and meet some other people there before we go to the meeting. But I got there early because right across the street is this coffee shop, Old Soul, that I used to study at with my friends back when I was in college. And really, really good coffee, some really good food as well. And then it's next to Underground Books, which is a primarily BIPOC bookstore. And it's just a really cool bookstore. I used to go in there every now and then, most for like study breaks, when we would be studying at the coffee shop. And I ended up buying James by Percival Everett. It's one of those, like, I wasn't planning on buying it right away, but like I know I'm gonna read it eventually, and you know, as a way to like support a local bookstore. And I'm like, okay, well, if I'm feeling the urge, because I kind of have been, if I'm feeling the urge, you know, maybe I can get into that. And I suppose it's historical fiction, right? It would fit for the historical fiction readathon, so maybe I'll get to it sooner than later. Well, it is a beautiful Thursday morning. I'm home this morning. I set up my networking group because the handyman had to be here, or has to be here, to, he was just gonna fix some things on the toilet, but now he's just gonna end up replacing the toilet. I guess there's a sale. Not like a great toilet, but hey, it's for the buyers, not for me. And they should be happy with a new toilet as opposed to a fixed old toilet. He also has to repair the fence. There's a big leaning section, not a big leaning section, a section of the fence that is leaning quite a bit, like toward my yard. So he's got to fix that as well. But it's been a really good kind of like self-care morning. What time is it? It's 8:12 right now. My mom got me this self-love journal. And I don't know, you know, it's supposed to be like a 90-day thing, and, you know, it progresses throughout and like builds on itself. So I don't know how consistent I will end up being with it, but I did day 1 today, and it was about like self-reflection and setting a daily intention. So I have quite a bit of negative self-talk, especially I'll get just these days where I just like, I'm basically calling myself names. 4-letter words that I don't tend to say on my channel. So my intention for today is that whenever I catch myself in negative self-talk, I will tell myself, you are taking positive steps forward, and you've already come so far. And then I have things scheduled today that, you know, are positive things. So getting things checked off the list, in particular the handyman, seeing, 2 of my friends, one of which is going to be for a hypnotherapy session. I'm going to an AA meeting today. I will stay sober today. And I already started the day. I've already finished my prayer and Bible time, as well as this journal prompt that I did. So right now I'm waiting for the handyman has to go buy the toilet and come back. So I have to wait for him to at least finish the inside stuff, the bathroom stuff. And then he can be on his own to do the backyard, the fence, because I need to leave at like 10:40 to go do my hypnotherapy session. So anyway, that's what we're doing right now, and I am going to hopefully possibly finish Shawshank. Where am I? I think I'm like halfway. I'm almost halfway through. I feel like I was just busy all day yesterday and didn't have much time. I read in the evening. And then I got totally distracted. I want to get a lotus tattoo. That's what it was. For some reason, I started thinking about a lotus tattoo, and then I spent like probably 2 hours online looking at lotus tattoos and lotus jewelry. And a lotus symbolizes like, you know, it grows in the mud and it comes up, and then, you know, it's almost like a phoenix rising, similar concept. But it ends up being this beautiful flower, but it starts off, you know, in the murky depths in the mud. And I kind of feel like, you know, that's kind of what I'm going through right now. It's a bit like the ugly duckling kind of thing. And to think that'd just be a really good symbol to kind of remember like how far I've come and, you know, what I can still achieve. So I'm thinking, so I actually contacted, I was like researching tattoo artists and all that. And so I found one that I really liked. And so I'm trying to figure out, do I start like a new arm, or do I, like, because I already have this one, can we somehow incorporate that, you know, onto, you know, probably the front of my arm or whatever? I kind of like a mandala style, or like, do I want to go like kind of big and bold, or I want to do it like really kind of like dainty and feminine? Like, I don't know. So I just feel like I need the tattoo artist's input and her creativity. Yeah, so that's, I also want a grace tattoo, like probably just the word grace. And I was thinking an olive branch, or like olive leaves, but I actually don't love the look of them. I kept looking at them and I'm like, I love the symbolism, but I don't love the look of them. So probably won't do that.
Holly Muzalupo.
Well, I just finished Shawshank. Loved it. So good. I think it was like the perfect length. And knowing the movie, I mean, it's probably been at least 10 years, if not more, since I've seen the movie, but I've seen it several times. And it held up to the movie. I don't know if it's better, but it was great. Yeah, I think the movie adaptation was really good. Some differences in the characters as far as like the casting, but I mean the cast is amazing, so that's not a big thing. And I just love the way that the story was told. It's told from Red's perspective, like as a memoir. Like after the fact, he's telling us this story of Andy Dufresne, and yeah, it's just so good. I don't really have much to say about it other than I loved it, and it totally stood up to my expectations. So I think I'm going to go ahead and end the vlog here. Waiting for the kids to get here. Yeah, not a whole lot. Oh, but house stuff, not book stuff, house stuff. My dad's sneezing. Bless you. The house should be closing today. Wire transfer went through. All parties have signed the documents, so we should be good. Thank you for watching. Remember, every day is a great day for a great day, no matter what.